Okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk strategy. The last 2 days we have talked about mindset, but today we are going to talk about tactics, right? How do we grow our business, right? We have figured out yesterday we need to protect our mind. We need to train our brain like athletes train for sport, right? But now we need tactic, okay? We're working on our brain. We're working on our mindset. We believe that our businesses are going to grow and prosper in a time of uncertainty. So what is the next part of this? We need a strategy. We need tactics, right? If we have not met yet, my name is Ryan Dowdy. I am a sales coach, and I help brand new service providers build businesses that actually make money by mastering your sales conversations and your sales mindset. And specifically today, what I want to talk about is relationships. You have heard before that people buy from people they know, like, and trust, right? So now more than ever, it is important to have relationships. When people are making tough decisions about money, when they are deciding where and how to invest, they are going to invest with people that they know, people they like, and people that they trust, right? So let's work into this. How do we get to know people, especially when we can't leave the house, right? That is the beauty of social media, guys. We are so lucky to live in a world where we can still build relationships without ever leaving the house, right? It's really, really amazing, and I feel like we are super lucky for that. So I want you to choose your social media platform of choice. Where are you going to spend your time? Where does your ideal client spend their time? That's the important part here. And I want you to go start connecting with people. I want you to go get involved in conversation. I want you to start conversation, not in an effort to sell, guys. This is the important part, and this is the part where I think people are confused. Like, do I sell in this environment? Do I not sell in this environment? But here's the deal. What I want you doing is starting conversations with people, because the more people that you talk to, the more sales opportunities that you will have. But we're not talking about sales yet. We are just getting to know people, right? This is step one of that process. How do we make them like us, right? We make them like us by talking to them about themselves, by asking questions, by being inquisitive, by being curious, by getting to know people. That's how they get to know us. Conversations, right? So they know us because we're chatting with them. They like us because we're having a conversation. We're learning more about them. We're finding a way to serve them. And they trust us by what they can learn about us on the internet, right? So if you are not spending time working on building a personal brand that inspires trust, now you have time to do it, right? So what does that mean? What does that look like? So maybe it is putting out a video series similar to this one, right? Maybe it is, do you have a podcast? Do you have a Facebook group? Are you just showing up live on your personal profile, establishing yourself as an authority, sharing information about what you do and your expertise, right? We trust people that we feel have their stuff together, that they know what they're talking about. So how can you demonstrate that? Is that in written content? Is that in a blog? Like I said, podcast, videos. There's so many different ways that we can start to establish authority for ourselves. Here's the important part of that, though. I want you to establish that trust factor, but we need to spend exponentially more time connecting with people than we do creating content. This is something that I see happen so often for brand new business owners, is that they spend a majority of their time creating content and not spending time talking to people. Because when you're brand new, when you don't have an audience yet, there's nobody really to consume that content just yet. We want it to be there, because as we talk to more people, they're going to start to follow the breadcrumbs back, and they're going to start to learn more about our personal brand. But in the meantime, it really is focused on connection. So that is what we need to be doing first and foremost, is be out in the world, building relationship and seeking to serve. When you seek to serve, you build the know, like, and trust factor. And then when it comes time to have a sales conversation, to make an invitation, to position yourself as the solution to someone's problem, you already have a relationship. You're not trying to get in there cold, because whether people are spending money right now, whether they're spending money when everybody goes back to work, whether they're spending money 6 months from now, they're going to spend money with people that they know, they like, and they trust. So how can you spend your time now while you have it, while you're at home, while you're not running around? How can you spend that time? So for me, I'm a giant fan of spending time online, intentional time online, not time scrolling, right? We have protected our brain from the scroll. We have protected our brain from the negativity, but intentional time networking, connecting, showing up online and seeking to serve, connect, and start conversations with potential clients. That is step one. That is the strategy that you should be spending time on. There should be time on your calendar every single day for this connection opportunity. Because again, this first step of any sales process is lead generation. We need people to sell to, but the only way that we have people to sell to is if we're out there starting conversations and building relationships, because we can't sell to strangers. So often, so many of my new entrepreneurs are terrified about this sleazy, spammy, whatever, about selling to strangers. And I don't believe that we sell to strangers. We never sell to strangers. We actually only sell when we have permission to sell. And the only way we get permission to sell is to go out and connect and serve. So that is your first piece of tactical advice in this series of videos that I am doing for you all in the midst of the craziness and COVID-19. and finding a way to make sure that our businesses thrive, right? So we've talked about protecting our brain. Today we've talked about let's go out and talk to people. Let's build relationships. Let's have conversations. Let's use this extra time to get really, really good at having conversations about our business. If you're new to business, this is even more of an opportunity because you're going to get more practice, right? The more we practice something, the better we get at it. And this is your opportunity to put that time on your calendar every single day to intentionally go out in the world to connect, serve, and build relationships. If you would love to join us over in the Sales Skills for Women in Business Facebook group, we would love to have you. You can follow us on Instagram at Ryan Dowdy Uncensored. I would love that. If you are here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so you continue to see these videos every single day. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments wherever you are listening to this. I would love to hear your thoughts, questions, strategies, suggestions. This is what I do, guys, is really help people in this first part of the sales process. So if you have questions, if you have challenges, don't be afraid to reach out directly. And remember what we talked about yesterday, we're training our brain every single day. So where did you make time, one, to connect with new people today? And then two, how did you train your brain today? So have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.